everyone, and welcome to the 26th episode of the Simply Mental podcast. Today we have a very special guest, my friend,
Allie.
And today we are going to be talking about bullying. So, we both have actually personally experienced bullying, and so that's why we are doing this episode today. And so, today, that's what we're going to be talking about. So, can you start off just by telling us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Allie, and I like doing arts and crafts, like drawing and painting, and like I made my mom this flower the other day out of a napkin.
Oh, that's so fun!
And my favorite soda is Dr. Pepper.
Yes, she likes the soda. I do not like soda. So, that's just a fun fact about her. And so, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about bullying today. And so before we get started with all the questions, I wanted to just touch on really what bullying is a little bit before we get started. So, bullying is the act of one person being rude or unkind to another person, usually because they believe that that person has some sort of power over them, so whether they may have like a different social status or physical attributes, whatever it may be. And so, obviously, we both are here to touch on the fact that bullying is not okay, and especially as we both have experienced bullying before. And so, bullying can consist of physical violence, verbal violence, cyberbullying, making fun of other people online, or sexual bullying as well. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. So, can you start off by telling us some of your personal experiences with bullying?
Yeah, do you want me to hold this? Okay.
You can hold it.
So, earlier this year, well, also towards the end, but he definitely, like, tried to be nicer to me towards the end of the school year, but, there was this guy that probably liked me, but I don't know. He never told me if he did or not, which it doesn't really matter, but, he would make fun of my appearance. He would, always call me ugly, or he would call me, like, really bad names and stuff, and then he would always make fun of my hair because I have like naturally like wavy poofy hair. Obviously not right now because I didn't do it, but he would like always make fun of like how it looked, and he would say that I looked messy, and he said that I looked like the girl from the Croods, which kind of a compliment. She's kind of cute, but he would always make fun of like how I dressed and stuff, and it would just make me really upset. So I kind of tried to not be around him as much, but he was kind of supposed to be my friend, so I didn't know whether to not be close with him or to be close with him, because I didn't want to lose him as a friend, but I also didn't want my mental health to like go down.
Yes.
So then there's this other thing in freshman year, because I'm a senior now. But in freshman year, there was this guy that he gave me a concussion by pushing me into bleachers, and I hit my head really hard off of them. And I had to go to the ER, and they checked me out and said I had a concussion. And then he would stab me with pencils, and it would leave marks on me and stuff. And he was...
Hi, Tucker.
He would also make fun of my appearance, and he also, like, did bad stuff, like, touched me weirdly. Like, I would tell him to stop, and he kept doing it. But the teachers, they tried to do something about it, but they didn't really do anything about it, because there was still a way for him to, like, get to me.
Yes.
But even though they switched his, like, all his classes with me, he would still find me in the hallways, push me, you know, like, torment me.
And that's, like, not okay at all. Was that?
Yeah, that's good for now.
And so that's so she has experienced a lot of physical bullying, so physical abuse, and that's just not okay. I don't know why people think it's okay to go out of their way to make fun of or bully other people. It is so detrimental to a person's mental health. And so I wanted to ask you, I have seen a lot on social media of people saying we need to bring back bullying. What is your take on that?
So from someone that actually has been bullied, I definitely don't think that we should bring back bullying, especially because it never left.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people that are saying that haven't been bullied, and they don't know how it is to deal with that, and they don't know like what it does to people's mental health. And people that they're saying this about are just mostly different, like they have a different appearance, or
Mm-hmm.
they like certain people, or they're
Certain things.
yeah, they just like, I see it a lot on like lesbian girls comment sections and stuff like that, and it's like, come on, like, let's not bring back bullying, especially because it never really left, because I dealt with it literally like a few months ago.
I'm experiencing bullying right now, and
Let's talk about it.
And hi, Tucker. We have our emotional support dog here to help us talk about bullying today. Hello, Tucker. Do you have anything to say? Thank you. But, and another thing I wanted to touch on a little bit today is cyberbullying. That's something I'm currently experiencing right now. There is this girl who is going out of her way, hiding behind a screen to make fun of me on social media. She's private messaging me, and it is not okay. I personally I don't want to say I don't care, because I do care, but it does not hurt me, it doesn't upset me. But that's because I have experienced so much bullying in the past, and I have grown as a person, and I know my own worth, and so what other people say to me does not necessarily affect me as much anymore. And that is something I am very, very proud of. But cyberbullying is actually happening a lot more as social media is becoming more popular. I have seen so much cyberbullying on TikTok. People go under people's comment sections and just comment really rude things, and they attack other people, and that is just not okay, and that is something that really needs to stop. And so making sure that you are aware when people are being mean to you and people are being rude to you, you don't have to let them. It is so important that we are doing something about it. And so just by doing this episode today, Allie and I, we are trying to spread awareness for bullying and getting it to stop, because if you are not someone who has experienced bullying, then you might not necessarily understand. But being people who have been bullied, it is so detrimental to your mental health, and it is so horrible. There are so many suicides from people who have experienced bullying, for people who have been bullied before, and it is a horrible, horrible thing that people feel the need to end their life because of what other people said about them or said to them. And it needs to stop. It is not okay. I actually know I was experiencing with another kid, this boy was blackmailing me for a little while in school. He was using things against me and being really, really horrible to me. I mean, I have experienced a lot of bullying this past year. There's been quite a few boys, a couple girls that have bullied me. And I know for you, you have experienced a lot of the same things that I have. And there's so many ways that people will try to hurt you, and it's just not okay. I don't understand what people are thinking when they decide to do that, when they decide to go out of their way knowing that they are hurting another person, and they are still doing it, and they don't care. Who, in the right mind, does that? I don't understand that. But my next question for you, Allie, is, do you have any advice for people who are experiencing bullying?
Okay. So if you're being bullied, definitely reach out to somebody, whether it's an adult or even a friend, just someone that you like actually trust with your whole life. Because if you don't talk to someone about it, then it's gonna eat you alive. Like, actually, because I didn't really talk to anyone about my problems, and I was very not okay. So I definitely, after I told like one of my closest friends like what was going on, and I talked to Danielle about it, like it made me feel better. Like, genuinely, it made me feel better about myself, because like now I know like she's going through it too. Like, you're not alone. And also, you should just don't try to be mean back, because if you're mean to them back, you're just as bad as them. I've learned that too, because I do have to say, when the guy recently that was making fun of me, I tried to pick fun at him too, and it just made me feel bad seeing him look sad. So I just ignored him altogether, because trying to put other people down while you're also being put down does not make you a good person either. And you need to just talk to someone that you trust and make sure that they're actually listening to what you're saying. And if they're not, then they're not the right person you need to be talking to. That's what I learned.
Yes, I have learned the same thing, especially as you mentioned, making fun of other people back. I actually, when I was facing bullying, there was a point in my life where I would make fun of the person back, and as you said, it doesn't make you feel good. Putting other people down will not fill your cup.
No.
So, just trying to talk to other people, getting it to stop, but don't ever put yourself down to their level, because that's really just gonna hurt you even more. So that's something that I have also learned, and just being able to know your own worth. And so I have other podcast episodes that may be able to help you like find your own happiness and things like that, but just don't put yourself down to their level. And so my next question for you is, do you have any advice for how to help bullying? How can we help stop bullying?
Ooh, okay. So, definitely, so a lot of people that are bullying other people, they tend to have bad family situations that they feel like, oh, well, if my mom yells at me, then I need to yell at this girl. Like, that's most situations with bullying is home issues. So I think that schooling should look into like different people's like home situations, and when someone comes to them about being bullied, they should also check up on the person that is bullying, because it is very important to, you can't be a bully without being bullied, because most of the time people at home, they're like being bullied by their own parents or siblings, and they feel the need to take that anger out on someone that seems less than them, which that isn't all the time true, but that's with most cases of bullying. There's some home situations that are very not okay, and
yeah,
I don't know, that's all I have to say.
Yes,
like, always check up on everybody in the situation.
Yes,
sure.
Exactly. And I think a lot of the time, people who are bullying other people, there's always something going on in their life, and they feel the need to take it out on other people. Mm-hmm. But that's another thing I want to touch on, is nobody is less than another person. Mm-hmm. Everybody's equal. We are all created in God's image, and so we are all equal individuals. We are all human beings, and so taking your personal problems out on somebody else that you think is less than is just not okay, because that person is not less than you. You don't know what other people are going through. So just because you may be going through something in your life does not give you the right to be rude and hurtful to other people, because they didn't do anything to you. And so it is just not okay, and making sure that we really are checking up on everybody involved in the situation. And I really think that schools need to be more involved in bullying, because we both have been dismissed when we have reported our bullying, or they will say they handled the problem, but I don't think necessarily we have been really realizing that kids lie. Kids can lie to you about the bullying. They can say, oh, it was just a joke, I didn't mean it. But really, they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows what they're doing.
Can I say another thing?
Yes.
This happened like a few times, but there's this girl that kept calling me, like on the phone, like would find my number and call me and leaves voicemails calling me fat and ugly. And yeah, I swear I have the voicemail still, but I'm not gonna share it. But like,
that's horrible.
I do re-listen to it sometimes, and I'm like, am I actually fat and ugly? But like, I know that I'm not. Like, I know that I'm not fat at least, but like,
you're not ugly either. And that's
you're fine. Go ahead.
And that's another thing is, sometimes we actually start to believe what our bullies say, and that is just so terrible, because their goal is to put you down, and believing what they have to say is just giving into their power. Mm-hmm. And everybody's beautiful in their own unique way, and it's just not okay to put other people down. And I just really think that, well, I just hope that, this episode today can help put a stop, or maybe just help other people realize what they are doing and how damaging it is to another person. Mm-hmm. It is not okay to make mean comments to other people. It is not okay to go out of your way to bully other people, hurt other people, to hide behind a screen and comment on other people's posts, message them, call them. Yes, that is not...
It's crazy.
It's not okay. I don't know where we got the idea that that's funny or it's cool. It's not cool. You are hurting another human being. And it really just needs to stop, because everybody, whether you may get along with somebody or not, it does not matter. It does not give you the right to go out of your way and hurt another person. You don't know what they're going through, and you don't know how it's going to impact them. You never, ever, ever want to be the reason somebody feels they are unworthy. You never want to be the reason someone questions their own beauty, their own worth. You never want to be the reason someone questions taking their own life. And that happens so much. There has been so many suicides from people who have taken their own lives from bullying, and it's just not okay, and it needs to stop.
Oh my gosh, wait, I have something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw this video, this girl committed suicide, unfortunately. But the girl that had bullied her, there was people going in her comment section and telling her to do the same thing, and telling her that she is a horrible person. She probably already feels like she's a horrible person, and she's probably thinking, I should probably do this. Even though, like, she did a bad thing, that doesn't make her a horrible, horrible person. It just makes her, like, a bully. Like, she was a bully, but she's a person. Like, she's still a person. Like, I hate when people just, like, do that. Like, like, they're just as bad as her at that point.
They really are,
like,
because...
I just had to say that.
No, yes, I agree, because how... You may think that you're doing something good by sticking up for the girl who did take her own life, but you're putting another person down, and although they did a horrible, like terrible thing that you never ever want to do, they're still a human being, and you should not, you're putting yourself down to their level at that point by telling them to do the same thing, and that's not okay.
That's horrible. You should never tell someone to commit suicide.
Never. Never.
That's crazy.
It's not okay, and you don't know how your words or your violence or the things that you do to other people, you never know how that can impact a person. So please just make sure we are spreading awareness for bullying, sharing our own stories if you feel comfortable, but making sure that we are putting a stop to bullying. Look at what you were saying. Look internally. See if you may be a bully and change your actions. And if you're not, if you've been bullied like us, then try and spread awareness and just help other people who may be struggling with the same things. So, for the quote for today, we have, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle," by Plato.
Oh, I love that, actually.
Me too. I love
That's
that
so
quote.
cute.
Yeah, I love that quote because you don't know, as I know I mentioned this, but you don't know what other people are going through, and that is so true. Everybody is fighting their own battles. Everybody has their own lives. So putting other people down, that could be their last straw. It truly could be, and you don't want to ever be the reason that someone questions their own life or questions their own worth. Did you have anything else to add today?
No, I think I got everything.
Well, thank you all for joining us for this episode, and I hope that this can just help other people who may be experiencing bullying, or just help to stop bullying, because it is not okay, and it really does need to come to an end. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next episode.